analyst call that you're getting, Vijay, on your numbers. But what does the road ahead look like in terms of what you've been able to do and what you expect now to deliver?
First of all, thank you and congratulations. I just learned this is 20th year of yours in Davos.
Yes.
And obviously 25th year yourself. I see you in person. Well, the road ahead looks like that we have committed that next quarter we will be profitable, EBITDA before ESOP, meaning before the ESOP cost, which is also reducing incidentally. And we should be doing that. So we are working on the business which is now PAT profitable onwards. So after a couple of quarters, we should talk about PAT profitability, and I would go for that.
After a couple of quarters, so what does a couple of quarters mean?
A couple of quarters are a couple of quarters.
So you won't specify, is that 3, 4?
I learned that being a public company, one thing that you should know is that you should not have one information arbitration with other information. So what we've been talking, I'll be able to detail it further, just like we've said it.
Okay.
And we've said it that from this point onward, we in earnings call also talked about that because our large cash pool gives us interest income, our two costs, which are capex sort of and lots of, let's say, other costs will get sorted out. So we should head towards PAT profitability soon.
In few quarters is what you have to say.
I have to say that.
So let's talk about what's happening on the UPI side of the market, Vijay. And you know, despite the fact that you've got the NPCI approval, we've actually seen market share come off quite sharply. A 50% drop as far as your market share is concerned, now down to 5.5%.
It's bad.
Why is that?
It's very bad, and I can only say that. I mean, the situations and the reasons are public. I'd not like to repeat much of that, but I'd say that...
is it on account of the trust issues related to what happened with the bank?
No, we were not allowed to onboard at all for last...
Yeah.
So our business was paused because of regulatory understanding and something that happened thereof. And post that it has come, I'm very happy that without any marketing spend, we are adding millions of customers. So I have a super brighter side ahead, just like this bright sun in Davos right now. We all are surprised, yeah. And I can say that even though we've fall market share exists, but it is easily recoverable with the product.
How do you ensure that it becomes easily recoverable? What are you going to do?
I think the customers are coming in. It's a product gap. Deeper integration to UPI ecosystem and more merchant acquisition, which creates a flywheel, will bring our consumer back.
Okay.
We do have a marketing budget, but right now we are focused on product-led growth.
Okay, so give me specifics in terms of what we should expect and what you hope your market share will be, say, in the next few quarters, you know, from 5.5% currently.
It has to go up logically, and at the same point in time, look, there is a network effect. The big continues to remain bigger, and there is a little bit... if it was more number of features and services that we were able to add, we will be able to get the customers. So it is more about product features, more about integration on customers' life that will generate the customer back. It is the best part I can tell you is that our brand recall to the service recall to the features, if we are able to bring them back, it'll come back.
Okay, so that's as far as trying to reclaim market share is concerned, but that 30% limit as far as payment is concerned for another 2 years now, you know, where does that leave you?
Over my pay grade to answer. I'm the receiving side of it, and we'll do as the market gives us opportunity to.
So do you believe that you will be given opportunities by the market, because they continue to be dominated by 2 players, and now even the restrictions on WhatsApp have been done away with?
Yeah, new incremental customers, we definitely have a lot of space and opportunity, and I do believe that India, because total number of customer base, etc., you see there is a large customer base still there. I mean, I remind of ourselves as remember that there was a time when Internet Explorer was dominating literally 80% market share because that every device would get developed. But now Mr. Pichai's product rules the world. It's a product and lots of other activities they did. So we'll have that kind of...
So PhonePe and Google Pay are the Internet Explorers. Who is going to... You're going to be the disruptor.
I think, look, if you notice originally, we had large wallet market share and actually larger UPI market share than these guys. And then different level of regulatory actions and guidances sort of made this in a way where we have reached here with the kind of number of things that we could have done. So now that we have started to do both those kind of things, so we'll go back. I mean, the understanding is that we do not know what it is. At the same point in time, we know what it is in a different way.
I'm sorry, I'm confused. Repeat that for me. And what does this mean? What does this mean in simple language?
We do not know what payments business is. We rather know what payment business is, and we'll do necessary.
Okay, so you know what the payments business is, to put it simply, and you will do what is necessary. What is necessary?
The customer needs a better product than what we have today. And we are out there committed to continuously bringing back those features back.
Okay, so let's talk about what are the other bets that you're likely to make now, and in the context of AI, etc. as well. When we talk about this product gap that you speak of, is that going to be something that you look at in order to plug those gaps?
I fundamentally believe that AI will be a huge game changer for India's economy at large. While it will bring a lot of necessary consumer experience like smartphone life that we live today, in future you can expect us to live as AI life. And I think that we will have our own play there, for sure. I mean, now how and what, this is what we are, I mean, there are a lot of, if you notice that our engineering cost, we have flattened up, all because that we now are adding more amount of AI features in the back. So, I mean, AI and the understanding nuances of the payment requirement of the customer, and then more payment features, is something that customers would prefer us over other. At the same point in time, the simplicity on the app that we are going to add, again, the personalization, thanks to AI again, will be a very interesting twist to see.
Well, speaking of interesting things to see, the payment aggregator license application, what's the status on that? Because you have refiled.
Yeah, that's right. So, Government of India gave us PN3 approval.
Yeah.
And post that we have refiled, and I think regulator is taking the due process, and we are interacting the question answers and so on. So we are hopeful of that for sure.
What are the questions that have been asked so far?
I mean, they try to learn about your onboarding policies, values policies, and so on. So those kind of interactions continue to happen.
Let's make no bones about it. It's been a difficult period for you, and there has been a process of learning from that period as well. How different is the company internally in terms of processes, in terms of how you're going about things, to ensure that some of the mistakes of the past don't come back to haunt you?
I think earlier we would say this is a cool tech, we should push it forward. Now we'll say, oh, let's bother about what is the compliance on it and how does it come in any regulation that is there, does it touch or does it stay within that? So it's a compliance first approach versus a technology first, consumer first approach.
And that's been the big learning for you?
That's a big learning. I think in Rome you speak Roman.
So how have you changed things internally?
I started telling people that if it is not your bothering of compliance, like you yourself when you are making a product, then I'm not taking up, I'll get you out of the company. So we internally made literally everybody responsible for compliance instead of a single person called compliance officer. That's a big difference. Earlier it was like a one person who sort of was compliance officer, would give like a query, answer, suggestion, input. But now literally everybody understands what the compliance is. And we read the documents much more detailed and insightfully. I started telling everybody that if we all are climbing a mountain, then we all should know how to climb a mountain and live in this snow and so on. We should not have some single person to tell us. So in that sense, now it's a very normal way of life of working for us.
Compliance is a normal way of life today.
Absolutely.
That's the big change. But going back to the point that you made about in the next few quarters, you hope to be PAT profitable. Monthly transacting users, and I'm just looking at the numbers, that's also declined by nearly 100 million.
UPI users are monthly declining. So this decline is declined because of that reason.
Okay.
At the same point of time, I want to tell you, the revenue that we make is from only 6 or 7 lakh customers. On 100 million that you're quoting, the revenue that we make is only on 6 or 7 lakh customers. The profitable, the credit, the insurance, the wealth. So there is an opportunity of, if profit was to be chased, we should not bother about UPI market share or spending on that. It has a huge number of customer base which has stayed with us, which is very big. We should just continue to monetize them. That exists as a plan, or that exists as a head-down approach, that we continue to do it. At the same point of time, we would not leave UPI market share on the plate not to be taken. Not to be taken, and that is something that you're going to fight for. So what's the headline for 2025 for Paytm? It turned around so well. Turnaround, but it's a turnaround. It's a work in progress, though. Yeah, that's right. I think In long term, this period would be looked at as that there was something that you had to learn and you learned it well. Now we see today that it is so great out.
So you believe the turnaround, the cleanup will be done in 2025?
Oh, it's done in 2024. Now we are seeing the results. So that is why, if you notice, the number of things, the cost-wise, revenue-wise, focus-wise, number of things we pruned. I mean, it is tough for an entrepreneur to say that you'll sell this line item, that line item, but I was like, okay, no problem. Let's keep lesser things, focus on those, go deeper. Because India's opportunity has become deeper now. Earlier it was more horizontal, now it is deeper. And we decided that we will be payment intersecting with, let's say, financial services. So payment financial services is a very big market. All these other businesses, we were able to say, okay, focus on India, focus on this.
Well, Vijay, we wish you the very best of luck with 2025 and, hope that you get the things that you need to get done and look forward to being able to speak to you in a few quarters to understand if you've delivered on what you've just told us or not. Look forward to that. Thanks very much for joining us. That's Vijay Shekhar Sharma there taking us through his plans for Paytm and how compliance has now become a way of life for the company. But we will take a break. There's a lot more coming up right here on CNBC-TV18. Don't go anywhere. We'll be joined by the global CEO of Honeywell, Vimal Kapoor, right after this.